In this video, I'm going to focus on the eSPRING water treatment system. So why eSPRING? eSPRING is the world's #1 selling brand of home water treatment systems. And it's for a good reason. Now, I'm going to take you through some common questions that people have about eSPRING. And trust me, the more you learn, the more you'll know why eSPRING. Let's get started. We all know water is essential for survival. Your body is made up of 60 to 70% water, and it's responsible for regulating temperature, blood pressure, flushing toxins, distributing essential minerals, vitamins, and proteins throughout the body, so it's important that we have clean water. Most contaminants you cannot see, taste, or smell, especially the ones that can affect your health. So just because your water looks fine, tastes fine, smells fine, it can still contain contaminants. More often than not, people in the US have municipally supplied drinking water, also called city water or tap water. Those municipalities typically do a great job at treating water and reducing harmful contaminants. However, after being treated, it's pumped through miles of underground pipes and connections that may be many years old, poorly maintained, maybe have some small breaks. So during this journey, the well-treated water can pick up many new contaminants and even microorganisms. Municipalities also add chlorine to prevent microgrowth, which itself is safe, but can affect how your water tastes and smells. Also, chlorine can react with organic materials in the water and form disinfection byproducts, which are not good. Others use a well for their water supply. They don't have to worry about the journey through miles of pipes or disinfection byproducts. However, water from a well is not pre-treated nor checked daily like city water, so it may contain unknown contaminants and microorganisms that have entered the water table. Needless to say, there are unknowns on both sides, well and city water. This is why you need a water filter that treats your water immediately before you drink it. The carbon filter improves taste, odor, clarity, and quality of your drinking water. It effectively reduces over 160 contaminants that could be present in your water, over 140 of which are health effect contaminants. Contaminants include heavy metals like lead and mercury, volatile organic compounds, also known as VOCs, pharmaceuticals, pesticides, herbicides, disinfection byproducts, PFOA, PFOS, and microcystin. The filter also functions as a mechanical filter, like a strainer, to physically capture particles down to 0.2 microns. This includes asbestos, sediment, scale, and microplastics. For reference, 0.2 microns is 300 times smaller than the diameter of a human hair and invisible to the human eye. But if you ask me, the most impressive part of all, it reduces all of those contaminants, yet has a unique ability to retain natural, beneficial minerals found in your water, which not only is good for you, but it makes the water taste good too. The eSPRING carbon filter uses coconut shells as our starting material. The shells are burned to create char, then activated with high-pressure steam. The activation process is where the pores are formed and where the magic happens. The pores of carbon are like a tunnel system that look like roots on a plant. There are 3 size classifications: macropores, the biggest, micropores, the smallest, and meso in between. Different sizes capture different contaminants. For example, macropores capture large, bulky contaminants like pharmaceuticals, and micropores capture tiny contaminants like VOCs. As water flows through the carbon block and past these pores, contaminants get stuck to the surface of the pore like a magnet. This process is called adsorption. We use a trade secret particle size distribution and pore size distribution to optimize the performance of our filter. A filter lasts 1,320 gallons or 1 year, whichever comes first, though actual filter life depends on water quality. The volume limit is due to the number of pores available for contaminant capture. The time limit is because carbon is hydrophobic, and when left in water for too long, it begins to degrade and lose performance and flow. Now, when you install a new filter, you will need to flush it for 5 to 10 minutes. This will flush out carbon fines and eliminate air pockets in the filter. This is really important for the filter's performance because it works best when it's completely purged of any microscopic air bubbles. During this flush, the water will initially be gray or black, but after a minute or two should run clear and remain clear for the remainder of the filter life. If you accidentally drink some of this gray water, it's not harmful, maybe just a little gritty from the carbon fines. You should also give your system a flush after periods of non-use, say when you go away for a weekend. When you get home, you want to flush it for a minute or two to make sure the water you're getting is nice and fresh. The UV spectrum is split into A, B, and C sections. UVA is most common in sunlight and is the longest wavelength closest to the visible light spectrum, yet cannot be seen by humans. UVB is damaging to skin and is what causes sunburn. UVC is the shortest of the wavelengths and capable of destroying microorganisms. The lamp used in eSpring operates in the UVC range at 254 nanometers. This is in the most effective region for UVC microbial reduction. UVC radiation denatures the DNA or RNA of the microbe, destroying its ability to reproduce. Without the ability to reproduce, the microbe is harmless and simply passes through the body. The eSpring system inactivates up to 99.9999%, that's 6 nines, of bacteria, 99.99% of virus, and 99.9% of cyst. eSpring utilizes E-coupled wireless technology, invented by Amway, and instant-on technology to power and control the lamp. Power is supplied to the unit's electronics module, EM for short, which is the brain of eSpring. In the brain is a primary coil, and in the lamp, a secondary coil. When the two coils are nested, energy is wirelessly transferred from the EM to the lamp. This makes the unit safe and reliable and makes filter replacement simple. When the brain detects water flow, it immediately sends wireless power to start the lamp. We call this instant-on technology. This will ensure that the unit is energy efficient and the water stays cool. It also allows the lamp to take a break when not actively treating water, which improves its reliability. After water flow stops, the brain instructs the lamp to remain lit for an additional 30 seconds to pre-treat your next glass of water. In addition to E-coupled technology, 3 things come to mind that make eSpring intelligent: smart chip technology, detection of proper assembly, and verification of UV light function. Each filter contains a smart chip RFID tag that stores data on filter install time, volume usage, and UV on time. When a new filter is installed, the new tag is detected and life parameters are automatically reset. These unique tags and each filter are also responsible for authenticating that a true Amway eSpring filter is being used. In addition to authentication, the brain of eSpring is very sensitive and verifies everything is assembled correctly. After a filter change, you may see an error that says "Install cartridge" on your display. This could mean that the filter is not fully inserted into the black filter bracket. Simply try to tighten the filter a little more. Or you could see a red phone, red cup error on your display, which could mean that your top cover is not fully seated. The system is also capable of monitoring proper function of the UV lamp. The brain has a light sensor that verifies light is being provided is sufficient. This sensor looks through a tiny hexagon window on the black filter bracket. Over time, this window can sometimes become dirty and obscure light, which can cause a red phone, red cup error to occur on your display. If you see this error and have already checked that the top cover is fully seated, simply take a toothbrush or cotton swab and some soapy water and clean that window up. Rinse well and reassemble the unit. The error should be resolved. Your system will alert you to change your filter. This is the only required maintenance of the unit. However, with each filter change, it's a good idea to clean your unit housing, filter bracket, and dispense system. First, take some soapy water and a toothbrush or cotton swab to make sure that tiny hexagon window on the black filter bracket is clean. Next, clean the unit housing. To do so, fill the vessel about 1/4 of the way with water. Add 1 tablespoon of liquid chlorine bleach to the water. Reinstall your used filter and run water only until it begins to flow out of the system. Immediately turn off the water and allow it to soak for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, turn the water back on and flush for a few minutes. Then reinstall your new cartridge as normal. This cleaning procedure can also be used when changing a filter due to contact with harmful bacteria or extended periods of non-use, or if at any point you notice an unpleasant odor in your treated water. If you're not planning to change your filter, ensure you have flushed the unit for a minimum of 10 minutes following the chlorine soak. During filter change is also a good time to clean any scale buildup from your dispenser. You can do this simply using vinegar. It's also convenient to replace your diverter dual line tubing at this time if it's more than 2 years old. If it's not more than 2 years old, then I still recommend cleaning the diverter tubes at filter change. You simply mix 1 tablespoon of liquid chlorine bleach into 1 quart of water and soak the tubes in the solution for 1 hour. After 1 hour, rinse well with water and reinstall as normal. If you are installing a new filter at this time, the filter's initial flush should be sufficient to flush the tubes. But if you are not, then you should flush your system for 5 minutes. At Amway, we are very confident in our products and want you to share that same confidence. To do so, we submit the eSPRING water treatment system for third-party testing to verify the claims we make. In addition, it is certified to internationally recognized NSF ANSI standard 42 for aesthetic effects, 53 for health effects, 55 for UV performance, and 401 for emerging compounds and incidental contaminants. We have also earned the Water Quality Association Gold Seal for superior consumer water treatment products. There are many different water treatment options available. Let's start with boiling. While boiling your water for 20 minutes is effective at reducing bacteria, virus, and cysts, it is inconvenient and may concentrate many other contaminants, such as particulate, inorganic, and organic compounds. It also does not improve taste, odor, or appearance of the water. Bottled water is not only expensive, inconvenient, and not environmentally friendly. Most bottled waters are only treated to improve taste, odor, and appearance. Pitcher filters can improve taste and clarity, but typically have very limited capacity for contaminant reduction and take a long time to filter. They can only hold the volume of the pitcher. RO systems can be designed to get good contaminant reduction. However, they lack in many areas. They take out natural beneficial minerals, require frequent maintenance, waste tons of water, some up to 80%, require high water pressure to force the water through the membrane, which sometimes requires a booster pump and thus more energy. They operate at extremely slow filtration rates, which results in the need for a storage tank, so there's only a limited volume of water ready at a given time. Lastly, RO-treated water lacks flavor unless artificially remineralized. eSPRING may have a higher initial cost than many alternatives. However, its long life and low maintenance reduce the overall cost of eSPRING treated water. The system combines carbon filtration and UV inactivation to effectively reduce over 160 potential contaminants and destroy up to 99.99% of bacteria and viruses. eSPRING retains natural beneficial minerals, does not waste water, can operate with very low water pressure, and treats on the fly, supplying you with as much water as you want when you want it. Kinetico K5 drinking water station is considered our main competitor in the US due to its claims being so similar to ours. However, as an RO system, it lacks in the areas any other RO system lacks. So we've just covered a ton of information. I hope that this video has given you a better understanding of the eSPRING water treatment system and confidence in its performance. Thanks for watching!